Anthropic just released Fable 5, their most capable public model yet. So I pointed it at my entire business and asked it to audit everything. And honestly, I expected a pat on the back. You see, I've spent 8 years building automations, generating over $25 million in revenue for my clients. And surprisingly, it gave me a C-. It ran 8 agents across 13 gigabytes of my second brain and found things that I had no clue about. So if you've built anything using Claude Code or Codex, I highly recommend you doing this. Or you can just point it at your files on your computer and still get valuable insights. It's going to give you a proper roadmap on how to make your business bulletproof with effort and risk rated on every task. So let me show you the prompt and how it works. And then at the end, I have one more thing for you that will literally make you go, I shouldn't have done this. All right, so let's get straight into it. This link is going to be in the description. This includes the entire prompt that you can see below. You just copy and paste it into Claude Code. And I'm going to show you the output that it's given for me and then what other cool thing that you can do here. So you will need Claude Code set up. If that's in the desktop, totally fine. If it's on the terminal, also fine. Now, if you're in the desktop, you're going to want to come down and select the model down here in the bottom and move to Fable 5. You can use either of those. If you're in the terminal, you can just do /model space and then just type in the model name. So it's going to be Fable. And then boom, you can see set model to Fable 5 and save as your default. Now, it's important to remember that you don't want to keep it as your default. So I'm going to show you how I work this after we go through the prompt. You're then going to just paste the prompt in and let it run. Now, you can be specific with the types of folders that you want to point it towards. I have my AI operator OS. So that's my second brain. That's where I have all of my files. As you can see here on the terminal, if I open this up, you can see I've got all my files here, right? This has got all of my content, all of my transcripts, my accounts, my offers, sales pages, copy, everything. Okay, so I wanted to point it at that. It's got my automations in there, my scripts, my tools that I've built. So it went through absolutely everything, okay? And what it found was pretty crazy. So let me just show you the report. So it generated me this lovely looking HTML report. This is very close to the branding on my website. And I'm not gonna go through every single section here because this is just specific to me and my business. You can see it's given me a C-, which is not great. It's not great at all. So executive summary, you know, some stuff is well built, some stuff is not so well built. The voice enforcement layer is bulletproof. The blog pipeline is good. The sales brief sync runs like clockwork, etc., etc. But here are the risks. So I didn't have a solid backup, although I do have Backblaze, which backs up my entire laptop. So I have some live secrets exposed. This is a big one. This is something that you will definitely want to check because if you've been using Claude Code for a while, then your early usage may have not been as safe or secure as it perhaps is right now. Invisible failures, right? That's a big one. If you've got automations running on scripts in the background and you don't have something monitoring them, this could definitely happen to you. What you'll do is point this at a directory. Now, if you've not built anything with Claude Code, don't worry. You can point this at the files on your computer. In fact, that's what I would do just to trial this out and see how it works for you, because this is going to be able to read your entire file system. So that's one thing that you can do. If you have a crazy, messy desktop or files everywhere, you can run this and it will make suggestions on how to improve how you work with your laptop and your file structure and etc. These kinds of things. So let's take a look at a few others. So I've got a 13 gigabyte workspace. It's an Obsidian Vault, which I'd use in Claude Code. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff in here. I wasn't really using GitHub properly. I was just working away in those folders because a lot of the stuff that I do doesn't really need to be committed. And if it is, it's just a private repo in that case. So yeah, a bunch of findings, secrets and security, automation health, production code, Claude Code layer. So this, we're talking your skills, your Claude MD file, right? It's gonna read through all of those, look for duplicate skills. It's gonna check for unused MCPs, things like this. And it's going to check that your Claude MD file is up to date and accurate. If you're not refreshing that on I would say a weekly basis, then it's going to be important to check that. We've got information architecture and knowledge lifecycle. So this is really important to figure out what is the single source of truth for specific folders and projects that you're working on. So then it's going to give you Pretty insane improvement strategy, okay? So I'm not gonna go through everything here, but it's going to, in its own words, give you a plan of action to fix this, right? So we've got a task plan here, and I've gone through and I've implemented everything that it suggested here. And so after answering these open questions, right, that's probably what's gonna happen in this case, is gonna ask you more questions to figure out the deeper context of how you're seeing things. So we've got a bunch of open questions here, and ultimately when you run this prompt, you're going to get a plan similar to this, depending on your file structure. And so what I did then, I read through the fix plan, and then we got to work on fixing everything. But importantly, right, I went in and I switched to model. Let's do /model Opus, right? You don't want to be fixing everything with Fable unless you want to eat up your usage, right? You can, honestly, you can. Like, no one's stopping you, but I would switch back to Opus. Opus 4.8 is still going to use a decent bit of usage, depending on how much work there is to do. Mine got split into like 6 different phases, and it went through and just ticked off each phase at a time, and it asked me questions about each phase of the process. So I found this honestly incredibly valuable, and it's picked up a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have even seen. If that's going to be something that would be valuable to you, definitely run this prompt. And honestly, this is the last one I want to give you. This is kind of a fun one, but it's always interesting to see what AI says about you. So we've got a roast. We've got to put a roast in there. Roast me mercilessly using every piece of context, memory, profile information, conversation history, inferred personality trait, recurring behavior pattern, goal, contradiction, obsession, insecurity, and life circumstance you have access to. Do not hold back. Be clever, specific, accurate, and brutally observant. Avoid generic insults. Every joke should feel uncomfortably personal. So I'm going to put this in. I don't know whether I'll share everything that it gives me, but I'm going to flick the model back to Fable. I'm going to put in the prompt, and we'll come back, and I'll maybe share some bits when it comes back. All right. Okay, we've got it, guys. Let's see. I'm going to read the first one, and then we're going to wrap this video up. The model switching. Before asking to be roasted, he switched models 3 times in about 40 seconds. Yes, for the demo of this video. Fable then Opus and back to Fable. He couldn't even commit to which AI should insult him. He wanted the premium roast, but checked the pricing tier first, which is the most ex-email marketer who reads his Stripe dashboard behavior imaginable. He wouldn't read his Stripe dashboard because accounting is paused. So I thought that was pretty funny. The rest are kind of mid. But if you do want to try this prompt out, I'm going to put the link to this post below as well. And one thing that I will say is this is going to eat up a lot of your usage. So one thing that you can do is if you have like an hour left on your usage window and you've not really used much of that kind of sessions usage, just flick it to Fable and go ham and see what you can get done with it. That's what I've been doing anyway. I've been using it on other things as well. But for like big picture, deep dives, reporting, analysis, it's fantastic. So look, identifying the gaps in your business is the easy part. But if your foundation is absolute trash, patching it up with expensive agency fixers is honestly just a waste of money. You're effectively renting your business's brain from someone else, and that's a dangerous place to be. That's why I run the 90-day private build intensive. You build your first live agent with me, one-on-one in your first week. With me, the founder, not some VA or team member, right inside your own business. You get a live group call every week, direct video support from me, and access to my personal Claude skills library. There are only 10 spots for this cohort before the price goes up. So if you are ready to become the operator who can do this independently, apply using the link below in the description. Now, we've got a bunch of case studies featuring our students who built AI systems on their own without hiring an agency. They're on this channel. They're also on my website, linked in the description. So go check that out now, and I'll catch you in the next one.